The level playing field. Guys, we got here and it's level. The next part of this course is going to give you the skills to play the game and compete. So don't worry, we are all starting at ground zero. I remember the day I was given my first business card with a box filled with them. My manager at the time had this proud smile on his face and he shook my hand congratulating me on this milestone after a month of classes, exams and training. And it was really cool, but I couldn't shake this one single thought as I read the card, Nabil Khan, financial advisor. So I responded with, but I don't feel like a financial advisor. How do I advise people on what to do with their money when the exams are on insurance and investment regulation and the training is on product specifications and technicalities? There's nothing about the recipe for success, how to give advice, where to invest. I don't know. And he says to me, you can't learn everything in a day. That comes with experience. So focus on today, there's a lot to do. Besides, you can't give advice anyway if you don't have people to give advice to. You know, in the financial advice business, there's a saying, STP, 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 see the people, see the people, see the people, which is the recipe for success in this business. The perfect wheel of sales starts and continues to move through seeing more people, prospecting. But when you start in sales, who do you see? That's what I had to do later that day. So when the time came, I completed my Project 100. It's a template where you go through your phone book and write down the details of people that you know in your network. Name, surname, number, age, what they do, if they're married, and estimate what they earn. Because the game is financial product sales, right? And if you can convert 100 people to buy policies and advice, and of course if you do it properly, you can sustain a business that will continue to give you leads and referrals for years to come. So this is, as I understood it to be, the lifeblood of a financial advice business, the platform to rise from and make something of this opportunity that I had. Now at this point I was mad excited because from my phone book at the time, I built a detailed project to 50 people on this database. So I'm winning already, right? I've got a platform of 2.5 times the recommended recipe for success in this business. So now it's time to make my first phone calls, book my first meetings ever. And I go through to my mentor's office to plan what I needed to do before I actually book a meeting. Because I had no idea how to do these things. I had no idea how Outlook worked. I didn't even have it yet. I mean, I'm a stuntman, right? But I'm pumped. I smashed the exams, got the card, on my journey to starting something. And there's always an experience to learn and grow from when I'm in it, right? So he says to me on this impressive list of 250 people, who are the closest people to you that will answer the phone if you call? And I say, there's 250 people, they're all my friends. And so he says, here's your script, and goes through it with me, and he asks me, on this list, who will answer your phone call? And I say, everyone. He says, pick 30 people on this list that are closest to you, that will take a meeting with you tomorrow. And I say, at least these 100 people, but okay, here are 30. So he goes, which 10 people will absolutely take a meeting with you? And I say, these 30 people. I have friends, I'm a triplet. It's a no-brainer. And he says, okay, go and make phone calls. Book out these time slots for meetings next week. He gives me a piece of paper. Get the addresses, CC me in, and don't move from your desk until you've booked 5 meetings. So I go to my desk, and before that day, I never thought about it. I've never actually phoned someone. This was my very first job. Now I needed to make phone calls to my friends, my family, from a desk phone. And I remember my hand reaching out to it and shaking. I said, Nabil, get over it. It's a small obstacle. Shake it off. So I pick up my phone, I find my excitement. I dial the number in, and the first person I phone is my best friend. Phone answers. I tell him, hi, hey, what's up, buddy? So I started a new job. He said, oh yeah, amazing, that's incredible. And I say to him, look, I want to book a meeting with you It's a financial planning meeting. Here's me forgetting the entire script. And my best friend tells me, are you trying to sell me a policy? I go, no, well, yes, I mean, it's just a meeting. I got to do it from work. Humor me here, bro. And he tells me, look, I'm busy. We'll chat later. Drop me a WhatsApp. I already have a financial advisor. I deal with my mom's financial advisor. But I'll see you soon. And he puts the phone down on me. And I think to myself, what an asshole. I mean, I immediately pick up my cell phone and start messaging him, swearing him, saying, what kind of a friend are you, man? I mean, so I let go of this frustration, shake it off. We got 249 people left to phone. So I pick up the phone. What's an easy one? My triplet brother. I thought it through, and every Friday he would be at home in the afternoon, which is a location for a meeting. And so I phoned him and I said, listen, we've got this financial advice thing. You know, I started it. You want to take a meeting? And he says, of course, bro, I'll see you Friday. Okay, cool. I need to put this into this Excel format. I mean, we have our address, your email address. I need to CC him in and copy and paste this text for our meeting. Just accept the meeting. And my brother says, yeah, cool. I'll see you later at home. So this was a point in time when I was actually staying at home. But here was an easy win. So one meeting down. I then pick up the phone my other triplet brother. He answers, he was doing articles at the time. And he says to me, you know, I go through whatever I was saying. He says to me, Nabil, I'll buy a policy from you any day. But I'm so busy on this audit, I don't have time to book a meeting, let alone the time slots you're giving me. I'll see you later at home and I'll buy a policy. I'll sign whatever you need for me to sign. But that's not a meeting. That's not my goal. So, I mean, I'm saying, okay, at least I'll make some money. But I'm still one meeting out of 5. When I started phoning, the time was 3:15 in the afternoon. Never forget it. So I pick up the phone again, phone another friend of mine. He books a meeting. I'm 2 out of 5, doing really well. I pick up the phone and phone the third friend, the fourth friend, and all 250 people on that list. It was 6:30 in the evening. I've exhausted my magical lifeblood of this business list of 250 names, the very recipe of success. I'm exhausted, I'm shaking. I absolutely hated doing what I did that afternoon. But I booked 5 meetings. I got up, I looked around me, and all the lights were off in the office. And besides that one light of my mentor's office, and I went in there, paused before I entered his office, planned this whole script in my head to quit. The very first day I started to book meetings to help people in the financial services industry, I almost quit. So I'm ready. I hated what I did. I walk into that office and it all starts coming out, all of this emotion. I led with the win. I booked my 5 meetings, but, and all these words and emotions started coming out. And this entire time, while I'm pouring out my soul, I see my mentor's face, and he's smiling at me. Now, adult to adult, I took offense to this and started climbing into him, using all of this anger and rage and emotion. And he kept on smiling wider, this grin. I just stopped and asked him, why are you smiling? I definitely used some choice words, but his simple answer to me was, I expected you to do that. And all of a sudden, that apple, that little feeling that you get when you are nervous, frustrated, I'm sure you felt that before, drops. And I feel this wonderful, weirdly nice sense of calm. My mentor told me I was meant to do what I did, which means it's not the end of the world. We spent another hour from 6:30 to about 7:30, 8 o'clock. And he explained to me that I was starting at the beginning, starting from zero. He actually was listening into the calls that I phoned and failed on so badly that I ran through my whole project 250. And he said to me, you know what? Don't worry about tomorrow. This list that you believe is everything of your business, You were so bad on the phone, no one will even remember that you called them. So I did what any student did, accepted it, understood it, felt happy, and he says to me, come back first thing tomorrow morning and we'll do the next lesson. And I remember that was the best drive of my life back home, with the windows down, the wind blowing in, and it was a good day at work. And what I learned from that day moving forward is that every day, in every situation, we start from zero. Because the game doesn't start in preparing the perfect Project 100. It doesn't start in training to do high falls. It doesn't start at having a great idea. It starts when you pick up the phone, when the director calls action, when the whistle blows and you're on your own, not in control of the variables. And what makes you excel is not in playing the perfect game. It's in your belief that you can play your game and grow from it. So I want you to take a look at the world around you and realize what's happening through this new era of digitization and collaboration. A movie produced 20 years ago had one company in the opening titles because they controlled the playing field. Getting a job on a film set used to be dependent on you sending out your show reel or hustling to get camera time. Starting a business used to be an expensive process, but not so much anymore, right? As a professional, the world has changed so much in the last 5 years than it has in the last 50 years. So what does professional experience really mean? And my point is that you should take comfort in knowing that everyone is on a level playing field today. In your day, every time you learn something new, you're in a growth mindset, not a fixed mindset. You need to focus on this. Nothing is final, and it's okay to make mistakes, especially with money. And at no point in your life is money too important or a situation too impossible for you to lose spirit. I want to take a moment to say, I'm proud of how far you've come. I hope you're excited for the rest of this course in this ultimate guide to living on your own terms, because it's all about money and managing money. And I believe that you are ready to absorb this knowledge with the right perspective. The second half of this masterclass lays the framework for you to understand the playing field of financial services, financial advice, and everything you need to know about it to be your own financial advisor in the world today and develop your knowledge and skills to be the CEO of your life. So, start from zero, focus, and let's play to win. Up here. See you in the next lesson.